Hello Animorphs fans and welcome back to the Animorphs universe. I'm telling you about my fanfiction again, and this time it's Animorphs UK. And it's exactly what it says on the tin. So it's an Animorphs story, but with new characters, and it's set in Britain, funnily enough. This does run side by side with the main Animorphs series, so it's not a separate universe. It happens within the same universe, and there are the odd little bits, clues that the Animorphs thing is going on in the States. But yeah, this is a separate adventure from the main story you're used to. I've had the first one. This is the artwork for it, by the way. Artwork for both of them is by Ghost of SM293, and I'm very happy with them. I think they look great. I'm going to be doing a little Animorphs UK banner as well, so I'm going to have to put them on there somewhere. I'll figure it out. This one, a reveal, is the first of the two, and it's been up in a previous version for quite a while, but I've just finished re-uploading the improved version, the edited version, the grammatically correcter version, and this one has never been released before, so it's brand new. It's called A Target, and it's now online for you to read. And both of them are online to read on fanfiction.net or an archive of our own. Of course, with fanfiction.net, you can't use the usual thought speak symbols, so I use double brackets. So if you want the true experience, I'd go to an archive of our own, but if you prefer fanfiction, you can go to that as well. The links are in the description. So I'm going to give you a spoiler-free introduction, effectively, to this little series. I'm expecting it to be somewhere between 8 and 10 books long. At this point, that's not certain, that's not set in stone, but that's roughly what I'm aiming for. And it follows 4 university students who do acting. They are drama students, art students, acting students, and they go to a university in some vague place in the United Kingdom. There's 4 of them. There is the narrator of the first book, Amy. The narrator of the second book is George. There's also Oliver and Kiani. Now, what's unusual, I think you'll find about this series, it doesn't start in the same way that the original Animorphs series starts, with Elfanga coming down in his ship and giving them the power to morph. It starts in a much different way, and I think you'll be surprised. There's also some stuff about the morphing cube and the morphing power that you might look at and think, hold on, that's not how it works, but it's deliberate the way I've done it. Everything about this is meant to fit in both with the original Animorphs series and also my fanfiction continuation, 55 and onwards. In fact, the Animorphs UK is most definitely a prequel for my series continuation, in that it explains the backstory of quite a few of the characters. And it might not be obvious at first how or who, but hopefully it might not take you that long to figure out, actually. So I'll be interested to see how long it takes you to figure it out. I reckon some of you probably already know at least 1 or 2 of the mysteries of these stories, but there are a few, and I'm hoping that you have fun trying to figure it all out. Essentially, what's going on in the UK is, obviously you've got the main bulk of the force, the Yeerk force in the US, controlled by Visser 3, that's where he hangs out most of the time. But there are also little Yeerk outposts around the rest of the world. And of course there's one in the UK, being one of the most influential nations in the world, at that time anyway, like late 90s. I'm not sure about now, honestly. But anyway, there's Sub-Visser 13, who is running the show in the UK, obviously being watched over by Visser 3, which will have an effect on the Sub-Visser's actions. The Sub-Visser is more subtle and probably more intelligent than Visser 3. But you'll see his character unfold. He doesn't get introduced until the second book. He's only name dropped once in the first book, so it's one of those things where it'll develop. There's less action in this series as well. Animorphs, the original series, had basically a fight scene every book. There was a lot of action, thrills and spills. This is more espionage sort of stuff. The whole point of them being in this war, being given the morphing power, is basically they are spies. That's what they are for the duration of the Animorphs UK series going forward. I'm going to say no more about that. But I hope you have fun with these. I've had fun writing them, and upon my proofreading, I thought actually it's some of my best fanfiction work. I was actually very proud, especially of A Target, which obviously being my latest work, I learn as I go along writing all these fanfics, so being my latest work, I think it's written the best from what I've done. And I just like the way it's unfolding. I unfold the plot through characters, so back in like my series continuation thing, the plot has changed from what I intended initially because of the character actions. I write based on character, not trying to get plot from A to B. I sort of throw a guide stone over there of plot, but if my characters take me away from that, I let it guide me more. That's how it works. I'd say this series is more mature than the original Animorphs series, and what I mean by that is the themes are probably handled in a more dark tone, a more grungy, realistic tone. Is that the right way of putting it? I'm not sure if that is the right way of putting it, but I think you'll understand what I mean when you read it yourselves. So anyway, I'm going to say no more because it'll start getting into spoiler territory. I hope you have fun with Animorphs UK. First two are out, you can go check them out below. When the third one will come out, I'm not sure, because I want to do another original series run book in next, so it might be a while. But you know, please do go check it out. Become a member of this channel to help me along, and all the other stuff like this video, whatever. That's Animorphs UK. Please go check it out. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you somewhere else in the Animorphs universe. Ta-ra!